guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new stuff, and let's get started. So today is a very exciting day. Let me tell you why, because this is the first fall collection we are swatching for 2020, and if you guys didn't know, fall is my favorite time of year for nail polishes, so I get so excited for all the new collections that come out. They're always amazing and fallish and perfect, and I totally love them. So today I am going to be sharing the Zoya Fall 2020 collection, which is called Luscious. And we've got 12 brand new shades. They are all very gorgeous, very fall-ish. If you guys haven't heard of Zoya before, they are a mainstream salon brand. They are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish. They are vegan and they are cruelty-free. They do have bottles with a round skinny brush, but on their website you can also buy a wide flat brush, which is called their Zoya Z Wide brush, and that is the one I personally prefer to use, so I'm going to be swatching with those today. If you guys do prefer the round skinny brush, that is the default, that's what it comes with, and if you guys like me love the wide flat brush, you either do have to pay an additional fee for it, or they do have sales a lot of the time, especially with new collections, where if you buy the collection you get the Z brushes for free. So I would just keep an eye out for their social media and sign up for their newsletter, all that stuff, because then you get alerts on when their sales are. But yeah, I'll talk more about the pricing at the end. Let's do the swatches first, so roll footage. So as always with my videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today I am using the Orly Bonder base coat, so I will link that in the description for you guys. So first up in this collection we have the shade Wanda, which is a very bright, cool toned pink that has a really beautiful golden glass fleck shimmer running throughout. Now I will say this is a stunning color, but to me this does not at all seem fallish, and it's kind of interesting that I picked this to be the first one to swatch because this is giving me heavy summer vibes. I do love the Zoya polishes that have these glass flecks in them. I think they're so gorgeous. I'm definitely going to be wearing this one, but probably not in the fall. Two coats gave me full opacity and it leveled out really nicely on the nail. Next up we have the shade Patrice, and this one is a lot more in the fall vibes. This is a kind of dusty orchid rose shade that again has those really beautiful golden glass flecks in it, and this one I totally love. It's giving me fall vibes. I love muted shades for fall, especially like the dusty roses and the dusty maroons and stuff like that. I feel like they're very appropriate for this time of year, and like I said, I do love those glass flecks. I think they're so stunning and they're really easy to work with. Like the formulas on these I think are better than their creams. Next up we have the shade Teresa, which is a slightly dusty orchid color that has a really intense purple shimmer running throughout it. Now it is super subtle when you put it on the nail, so it's kind of hard to see unless you are in direct light, but as you can see from the swatch, you kind of get like a little bit of that shimmery vibe in the polish, even if you can't see that contrasty shimmer too perfectly. The opacity on this one was incredible. It was 2 coats for full coverage, but honestly I feel like I could have gotten away with one. Really beautiful color, not necessarily self-leveling, but a very beautiful shade. Next up we have the shade Sharon, and I would consider this one to be a medium / dark fuchsia cream shade, and this one is really beautiful on the nails. Again, not totally self-leveling. Something I noticed especially with these Zoya creams is even though they are super opaque and relatively easy to work with, they don't level out on their own, so I always try to be careful with that second coat just to make sure that I am applying it smoothly and evenly across the nail. Some of them do dry and get more leveled as they dry, but just something for you guys to keep in mind if you are not great at leveling out your own manicures. But yeah, just another gorgeous color, definitely fall vibes here. Next up we have the shade Bentley, which is a dark purple cream shade, and this one actually looked darker on the nails than it did in the bottle, but definitely a beautiful fall purple shade. I was so excited about this one. I am really loving all the purple vibes that are coming from this collection. This one was almost opaque in the first coat, but it ended up giving me full coverage in the second, and I did find that the formula on this one was easier to work with. I think some of the darker colors are just a little bit smoother and more self-leveling, so I mean it's kind of individual. I know that's tough to say in a review, but you gotta see the polish before you buy it if you need to know whether it's self-leveling or not. Next up we have the shade Andrea, or Andrea, however you want to pronounce that one, and this one is a really beautiful multi-chromatic shimmer shade. It kind of shifts from this purple to blue, and then in the bottle you can see a lot more of that shifting going on into like a green and even a yellow, and what a beautiful and opaque color. It is a little streaky with the brush strokes, so you do want to be careful on that second coat just to make sure that you are getting nice smooth lines, but this one was the one I was the most excited for and it did not disappoint me. It's super gorgeous. Again, not totally self-leveling, but I would just throw a top coat over it and then it'll look nice and smooth. Next up we have the shade Tommy, which is a really stunning slate light blue cream shade with incredible opacity. You can see this was perfect one coat coverage. The formula on this one was so smooth and easy to work with, and the color itself is super gorgeous. If you are a person that needs like a really cool toned gray that's almost in the blue family, I feel like this one would be absolutely perfect for you. It looks so beautiful. I want to wear it on its own, but I'm also tempted to use it for nail art. This is definitely going to be a favorite. Next up we have the shade Lou, which is a darker, slightly dusty teal blue shade, and this one was another one with an incredible formula. I'm always impressed with Zoya's blues, especially this time of year. I feel like they do a great job with making these like slightly dusty or like navy colors. I think they're so gorgeous. Again, because this one was a little bit darker, I think that made the formula a little bit easier to work with because this one was self-leveling for me and so smooth and creamy. Absolutely gorgeous. I want to pair this one with Tommy for some nail art, or maybe even just some like diagonal stripes on the nail. I think would be so cute with these two. Next up we have the shade Mel. This is another one that I was so excited for and I was definitely not disappointed. It's a really beautiful dark olive green shade and this to me screams fall. This is one of the colors that I always default to this time of year. I think this one looks super gorgeous. I know a lot of people are nervous to wear green on the nails, but I think a color like this is universally flattering. It's just so beautiful, and this one is not too yellow undertoned that it might seem like a little brownish on the nails. I think this one is like the perfect undertone for anybody. 2 coats for full opacity on this one. Next up we have Tasha, and this one is a really interesting foiled shade. I want to say it's a brown foil. It's definitely very unique and interesting, even though it doesn't look like it's the most unique color. I'm not sure that I even have anything like this, but this is another one that just feels so fall to me. I love this foil formula. It's fully opaque in 1 coat. These are some of my favorite formulas from Zoya just because they do an incredible job with them. They're not too thick even though they're super opaque, so they're really easy to use for nail art, and honestly they just look gorgeous on their own. And next we have the shade Soleil, which is another beautiful metallic foil shade. This one is a gorgeous coppery color, and again something that I immediately fell in love with. Again, really incredible opacity, 1 coat coverage. I would totally wear this one in 1 coat. It looked a little streaky as I was applying it, but once it was dry it did smooth out and you don't get any of those brush strokes. But yeah, totally in love with this one. I feel like this would be a great accent nail for any time of year. Honestly, I wouldn't even just stick to this one for fall. It's just perfect. And last but not least, we have the shade Lisa, which I would describe as a dark cranberry red cream shade. This one did have a slight bit of jelliness, meaning it's a little bit shinier and a little bit less opaque than it looks in the bottle, but I still managed to get really impressive coverage. It actually did cover my visible nail line in the first coat, but I ended up throwing on a second coat just to deepen up that color and get that beautiful full opacity, and it looked really beautiful on. I feel like this is going to be another shade that I can definitely carry over to the winter time, and it's just really beautiful. A classic red shade to have. So yeah, those are the polishes. Really beautiful colors. I love the opacity of these. As far as the formula, like I said, it's not really self-leveling. I did notice that with a lot of them, as long as you're not going too crazy, it does level out as it dries. But if you are a beginner, that might be something to just keep in mind. For me, as somebody who has been doing my nails for a long time, it's not too difficult for me to just kind of smooth that out and then always top coat it just to make sure that everything is on a nice even layer. So these polishes are available on the Zoya website. They retail for $10 each for the 15 milliliter bottles. And like I said, you can also choose to purchase the Z-Wide brush. They do retail for $2 USD each. As far as I am aware, you can get them for 50 cents if you're getting them with a polish, but I did just try that on my computer and for some reason it was not giving me that discount. So I'm not sure if you now require a code for that. I'm gonna leave some more information in the description for you guys. And like I said, I would recommend following them on social media just so you can see when they have those deals coming out. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments which color is your favorite, if you're planning on picking any of these up, what you think of the round skinny brush versus the wide flat brush. You know, I love to hear from you guys. So leave it all in the comments. If you guys enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And that's it, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Alright, today's fun fact comes from Patreon supporter Kiara. Kiara wants to know, what kind of polish do you wish companies would produce more of? Texture, jelly, curly, flaky, that kind of stuff. So this is actually funny because I was literally just talking about this. You know what's crazy is companies haven't done textured nail polishes in like a really long time. I feel like for a while it was so trendy, and especially Zoya, they had like a little textured polish in every collection. I thought that was so fun, and I love their pixie dust polishes, the original pixie dust polishes. Those are so good. OPI hasn't done one in, my gosh, very long, years and years. I don't even know if any companies are really doing that, but I would love to see more textured nail polishes. I know some people don't love the texture. Oh, you know, Sinful Colors just did one. Duh, I forgot about that. A lot of you guys did not like it though. I love that collection. But yeah, no, I would love to see more textured nail polishes. I know that some people do not like the feeling of textured nail polish on their nails. To me, it just feels really interesting and it's fun, and I just love the way that it looks. And I did appreciate the Sinful Colors textured collection. I'll link it up in the cards if you guys are interested, but it was like a sneaker texture. I would love to see more of like that gritty sandpaper texture that companies did with glitter. I think that is a really fun finish and people are not doing that enough right now. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!